Man, this cat knows what science is, and science is apparently getting the most scratches on the head as possible. And the best way to get that is to stick yourself underneath people's feet so they step on you and then feel bad and then scratch your head. Yeah, so I'm just gonna dodge this cat. Jukes. But today was intense, man. Not because of anything that really happened, because today wasn't especially eventful, but it's more because of all the mental things that were discussed and figured out. And that's really freaking what it's all about. I mean, yeah. So I hung out with my BFF. Straight up, I think this guy legitimately has acquired the title of my best friend. And yeah, it's kind of interesting. But we're hanging out at this coffee place after I go to the one class I have during the day. And we're just chilling, we're talking, we're just loving each other, being like, man, I love you. Yeah, man, I love you too. And we're chatting about things and relationships and just stuff that we've figured out over the past week. And last night I was like peaks and valleys, and he was going through the same kind of thing. And it was just kind of interesting to see, or to hear, I guess, about that in someone else's life where they legitimately are noticing like a serious trend where it's like everything is kind of going wrong and a lot of stuff is piling up and this just sucks. And so it was eye-opening in the sense that it's not the whole like, oh, it's just me battling against all these things. And like a couple of you guys commented, and you're just great, and I really appreciate that because it does help out, because I'm dying right now. And this freaking cat. So we talked about a couple things, but mostly just about like, well, okay, what do we talk? We talked about love, we talked about our positions, and we talked about where we wanted to be. And I've already talked about where I've wanted to be before with you guys, but here's something that he brought up that just kind of made me think a little bit. He was like, look it, if I had nothing to tie me down, if it was just you, if it was just you and like everything around you got nuked or something, just like not even stuff got nuked, but just you didn't have any, you're just born into this moment right now as the person you are. Boom, that's you. Like no connections, no nothing, no friends, no family, no possessions, no requirements, no responsibilities. If you were just put into this instant that you're in right now, what would you do? Like, what would your goal be? What would you decide, this is what I want to do with my life? And just like fresh slate type thing. And he was like, he asked himself that question, and then he's like, I think I'd be doing what I'm doing right now. So that's a struggle. But I'm asking this to you guys. If everything just turned off for a second and you just restarted the game and you just start right now, what would your goal be? Where would you be going to? What would you be chasing after? And it's just kind of an interesting thought, because the fact of the matter is you can do that. You can literally do whatever it is that you're trying to think of doing, because people straight up just walk across countries because they feel like it. Like, look up hobos and homeless people and marathon runners and all this crap, and they just do things because they feel like it. And not hobos and homeless people, but just people in general who understand what is important to them, and then they just turn off everything else. They're like, no, I don't stop. I want to be here doing this. And that's such a wonderful thing that people can do, and that's something that I really want to do in my life as well. You know, not always act like I have these things that I have to do, because you don't have to do anything. You can straight up like start fighting the government if you wanted to right now. You could start just beefing with people and run around causing a ruckus because you don't think things are right. You could start a revolution right now, you as a human being. I'm not encouraging you to do that unless you really feel like you need to, but I mean, it's just remembering that you are ridiculously in charge of what you do, because you're the one that runs that machine that is your body. And Nobody can tell you to like sit and do one specific thing for your whole life. That is in your hands, and it's just such a good thing to keep in mind, because we get stuck in a lot of places. We feel like we plateau because we lose sight of what it is that we want. And so that's what I've been thinking of. And yeah, hope that helps, man. I hope you think about that and just figure some stuff out. This is weird, dude. This is like a self-help show. Hey, man, you need to learn about yourself. Anyways, I'm gonna go to sleep. I hope you have a good night, good day, good life. Just be you, man. Alright, goodbye.